Hello and thank you for joining me for your daily readings. So today we're taking a look at doing a chakra spread, and this is all about how you can unstuck yourself. So obviously if you don't feel that you're stuck in your life in any way, shape or form, then this is not going to be a reading for you, okay? As always, please do keep in mind that this is general, so you only take the messages that resonate specifically for you, and you leave what isn't yours for someone else, okay? Right, so if you just give me a minute to sort out your deck, and then we're going to start pulling your cards for you, okay? Right, so we're going to need 7 of these. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so before we take a look at these, so we've got 1 for each of your chakras, of course. Your current overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the sun. It's beautiful. Trying to remain optimistic, collective, which is great. It's trying to see the good things in life. It's trying to hold on to the positivity. Now this one says pure positivity, ultimate happiness, joy, success, vitality, warmth, a positive outcome, optimism, confidence, sunshine and truth. Yeah. So you're not lowering your standards for anybody with this kind of energy, okay? Now, it's not about toxic positivity. It's not that at all. It's just you literally trying to find the silver lining in every cloud, you know? You're trying to absolutely make the best of every situation, and by all accounts, succeeding as well. I mean, you're going to hear it time and time and time again on tarot channels. Look, your perspective is absolutely everything, and ain't that the truth, you know? If you're one of these that approaches every situation from a negative perspective and, you know, finding things to complain about, then it stands to reason that you would then become a person who is never happy, never content, you know, always complaining about things. So we like to see this sun as your current overall energy because it's the complete opposite of that. It tells me that our collective at this point in time is looking at life from more of an optimistic viewpoint, not toxic positivity, but just, you know, really trying to make the use out of every situation. Whenever there's a disappointment, finding the bright side to that particular disappointment, okay? Classic example, we were at a restaurant a couple of weeks ago, and as soon as we put our order in, the power went out. You know, there was a big pop, a funky smell, and all the power went down. The tills, the cookers, everything, it just off. So we had to wait an extra over half an hour for our meal, and we didn't mind it that much. You know, we found plenty of things to talk about. You know, we had a bit of a laugh. We made the most of the situation, and then the icing on the cake actually was we got our meals for free. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we couldn't get our initial order because obviously the power was off, but the food that we could get was the food that was already being cooking on the hot plates, and we got our entire meal for free. So, I mean, talk about a silver lining, right? We didn't pay a penny for that food. So, and of course, we did make up for it on the way out. We made sure that we bought something from the shops so that the place didn't lose out entirely, you know, because fair is fair, right? But yeah, that's a classic example of this energy right here with the sun being your current overall energy. It's really making the best of a situation and finding the positives instead of complaining. I absolutely love this energy for you guys. And when you maintain that point of view, you will find that actually your life becomes a lot less stressful as well, and the things are not going to bother you as much as what they used to, you know. So yeah, fantastic way to begin your reading. Now, what's going on in your root chakra? Now, this is your foundation, okay? This is, I mean, it could be what's going on in your environment. It relates to stability, your family, your home, anything to do with the past as well, that can be pulled up in the root chakra. It's something that you're needing to cultivate in your life, and it's the Ace of Cups. Love, harmony, understanding. Could also be spirituality as well, because Cups energy, while it is absolutely about emotions and feelings and creativity, it's also about spirituality, okay? So perhaps there's something here, because it's in your root chakra. There could be something to do with being physically intimate with a significant other, okay? Maybe there's a bit of something that's going on within you where you're not entirely comfortable with your body or something like that. So there is a call to be more relaxed, more comfortable with the person that you're with. Of course, that is for those who are in romantic situations, of course. It's not going to be for everybody. I do feel mostly, though, that this is about spirituality, okay? With that being in your root chakra. There is also indications that there is a lot more love that's coming in for you. So if you are currently single and looking for a partner, the chances are extremely high that you will find that partner before much longer. Okay, someone who is a kind individual, someone who is respectful. You know, it's everything that you wish for within the Ace of Cups. Okay, it says love, new relationships, compassion, creativity, new emotions, emotional awakening, deeper feelings, spirituality, and intimacy. Okay, so more love is coming in your environment. So it's like I said, your outlook on life is key. It is key to everything. It's like a magnet, okay? Your approach to life, your general attitude, your general responses to things, it acts like a giant magnet, right? And so because that's the energy that you've been putting out, this is the energy that you see coming back in. So it's really, really nice. Right, so what's going on with your resources? This is your sacral chakra. Your ability to recognize and attract abundance. This could also indicate any guilt or shame that you're needing to release. It's what's going on with your resources. Now, your resources could be money. Yay for money. We all need it, okay? It's just an unfortunate side effect of modern day living. We're all striving for more finances. But it can also be, resources can also be your time, your energy, how much you've grown as a person, okay? Now you see the 10 of coins. Absolutely fantastic. So if you feel at the moment that you're struggling resources wise, and again, that word resources, that's an umbrella term, means lots of different things to lots of different people. For some it's going to be time, for others it's going to be money, for someone else it's going to be something else. Okay, again, just take it as it resonates. I'm not going to spoon feed anybody in these readings. I can't do that anyway because it's a collective read, okay? Whatever resources you felt you were shy on, you've got the 10 of coins here. That's like the top tier of resources, right? Because you've got to work from the ace to the 2 to the 3, step by step, all the way up to the 10. Okay, coming from a place of privilege. Even if you don't feel very privileged right now, that's the energy that you're going to be stepping into, okay? Extra resources coming in for you, so definitely spend it wisely, invest it wisely. Again, could be money, could be time, take your pick, right? Could be lots of different things. Now, if there is something here in your sacral chakra to do with guilt or shame from a family dynamic, then this month you're going to be able to make peace with that. So say, for example, if you came from a family who either was straight up abusive, avoidant, or otherwise like a family where there was constant struggle, you know, working every single hour that was possibly available and for very, very little, okay? Kind of like brought up in poverty type thing, parents absent because they had to go out and work long hours and never had time to spend with you. There could be some kind of shame or guilt attached to a family upbringing. Now, we see that if you have made your own family, so for example, if you've gone on now and had your own kids, or if you're thinking about it, if that's part of your future plans, you can safely say that you are actively breaking those cycles of family poverty and struggles and strife. You're breaking those cycles, okay, if not already broken. So it's literally, if there was any sort of guilt surrounding, oh, my kids are going to have to struggle the way that I struggled, that's not going to happen with the 10 of coins being here, okay? So you can make peace with the fact that you've broken that cycle of poverty. I mean, I know for a fact, like, my family lineage, like, they've always gotten the shitty end of the stick, like, always, always, always. So I can identify with that message as well. You know, so many thousands of us out there can. You know, not everybody has come from a place of privilege. Definitely not. The vast majority of us have come from backgrounds where there was nothing but struggle and stress and, you know, trying to survive and not really living. Well, this indicates that you're of the generation that is going to be breaking those cycles. So, I mean, that's one hell of an achievement. It really, really is. So, resources as a broader turn of phrase, on the increase, definitely. Okay, you are going to have more time for the things that you enjoy doing, quite frankly, because of your determination to make that time, to make that time to invest in other things that you enjoy doing. Definitely making a good wage, you know, with the 10 of coins as well, and really growing as a person. Okay, so what's going on internally, how you can feel more confident. This is your solar plexus chakra. It's all to do with your identification with your higher self, your self-esteem, your ego, your personality, your self-image. It's the devil. Okay, so what's going on internally? There are still a lot of struggles that's going on internally for you, okay? So from what I can ascertain with this is basically you've been working on the external stuff and perhaps not paying enough attention to the internal stuff that needs your attention, okay? Or maybe even not giving yourself enough credit for the internal changes that you've been making. So the devil is the type of energy where, in this particular context, because we have to read within context, it's something where you felt really, really stuck. It's something that you felt imprisoned by. It can be ensnarement, entrapment, you know. It is those inner demons, basically. So it's no surprise, really, that you're getting the devil coming out in this particular position, okay? So you can definitely start to feel more confident by recognizing that you're not anything like where you've come from. Okay, now that's going to be vital to some of yous who are basically looking towards the future generations, which definitely some of yous are definitely doing with the 10 of coins there, because it's a card of legacy. Okay, it is also the card of what you're going to leave for future generations. It's like someone sitting there going, I do not want to leave any kind of poison, any kind of toxicity, any kind of addictions. I do not want to leave that as my legacy. Like, to hell with that. Like, straight up. So you can feel more confident, collective, by recognizing all of that hard work that you've already put in on yourself, okay? It's not about banishing these inner demons, because that's not going to be possible. Now, again, inner demons, quote unquote, that's an umbrella term, again, for lots of different things, for lots of different people. Let's keep an open mind, okay? Everyone's dealing with different pasts, different severities of trauma, of which the devil abso-friggin-lutely is symbolic for trauma. It's making peace with those inner demons, says that they're not getting to the point of overpowering you, okay? You'll never be able to fully banish those inner demons, and everyone's got some kind of inner demons. Everyone does, as part of being human. You know, you'll never completely banish them, those old emotions, every so often, that inner darkness. I'm getting that someone's getting some kind of flashbacks here as well about past trauma, but again, it's like you'll never completely erase that. Okay, that's not going to be a thing. So this is all about giving yourself credit for the work that you've already put in, and making peace with those inner demons, whatever they might be, okay? Because by doing that, you are basically taking away their power to control you, all right? It's like, oh gosh, going back so many years ago, someone asked me if I wanted to go out 10-pin bowling with them, and I told them no thank you, because I've never been before. And I mean, this was many, many years ago. I was like, no thanks, I've never been before. I don't know what to expect. And, you know, I don't want to make a mistake because I've never done it before. So if anyone knows anything about my background, like you will know straight away where that came from. You know, this expectation to be 100% perfect, 100% of the time. And if you weren't, like... The rage was insane. So that made me fearful to try anything new, because I didn't want to make a mistake. And these days it's like, well, fuck that, I'm going to try everything that I can. You know, I no longer give a shit. That's what I mean by make peace with those inner demons. It's like, it's always going to be there at the back of your head, okay? Face them. Honestly, face them, okay? Be a little bit more bloody minded. Be a little bit more rebellious. All right? Okay, so what's going on in your heart chakra? Yeah. This is love, relationships, self-love, how you can practice self-care, compassion towards yourself and others. It's the 9 of Swords. It's the Nightmare card. Okay, fears, isolation, despair, anxiety, sleepless nights, overthinking. I genuinely feel that overthinking has been a huge issue. So it's like, even though you've gotten this far in your life and you've achieved clearly you have achieved so much already, you're still not really giving yourself that credit where credit's due. Think about it in these terms, okay? You have already achieved far more with a lot less than what other people were given. Okay, so some people out there were given far more to start their lives with, for example, and they did far less with it. Squandered it almost, okay? So you definitely do need to give yourself credit where credit's due, because you weren't given anything, right? You've done far more with far less. Does that make sense? So to see this in your heart chakra, it really does tell me that you definitely do need to practice more self-care. Stop feeling guilty for needing to take time out for yourself. Okay? Make time to sit in your own energy outside of all of the external noise, okay? Outside of everyone else needing you for this, that, and the next. Just take some time out in your own energy. And do not feel guilty for doing that, okay? Someone here was clearly made to feel really guilty, and even called selfish, basically, for having needs. Which, again, that's setting you up for a lifetime of abuse. So let's knock that one on the head straight away, okay? You are entitled to take care of your own needs. Remember what it is that they say. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to make sure that you fill your own cup first before you can then give to others. Avoid running on an empty, okay? Someone's saying that they feel undeserving of love or of good things, okay? Again, think back to where those thoughts, 9 of Swords, Swords energy, think back to where the negative thoughts originated from. Okay, who was it that had you believe that you were not worthy of a good life, of a happy life, of nice things, of comfort, of joy, of peace? Who put those seeds in your head? Okay, take it back to the root cause. And that's going to help you with your heart chakra. It's going to help you feel more compassionate towards yourself. And by default, you're going to start to feel more compassionate towards other people. Okay? Right. So what's going on in your throat chakra? This is your self-expression. This is something that you need to say or do. Okay, this is connected to your authentic self, and you've got the moon that's coming out. So there's a fear of you expressing what's going on for you. There's a fear of you disappointing certain other people around you. And again, that's part of the demons, inner demons, that you're needing to make peace with. Okay, at some point in your life, well, as I say, at some point in everyone's life, we have all disappointed someone, okay? All of us at some point. And it's very, very likely that in the future, we're going to end up disappointing someone again, okay? Again, it's all part of being human. It's all part of making mistakes. It's all part of just learning. So there is the fear of you expressing what's going on for you. Whenever you're upset by something, you tend not to speak up on it, because remember, the moon is in your throat chakra. You'd rather hold it all in out of fear of upsetting someone else or disappointing someone else. So again, make peace with the fact that at some point you're going to disappoint someone and someone's going to disappoint you. And guess what? That's okay, right? As long as you're coming from a place of truth and authenticity, right? The moon really being there, I would say that at the moment your throat chakra is fairly blocked at this point in time, because you've been biting your tongue for too many years, okay? Whenever someone has upset you, you tend to hold it all in. And again, that's not entirely healthy, okay? So this is all about finding a healthy way to let someone else know that thing that you said to me, that was quite offensive. I'd prefer if you don't do that to me in the future, okay? Now, obviously, it's not everyone else's job to tiptoe around whatever your personal triggers are, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if someone is being straight up nasty to you, instead of biting your tongue and saying nothing and walking away, you can make your feelings known to that person in a way that is non-abrasive, okay? And again, that could be going on within an intimate relationship. It's like, oh, you know, my partner called me a name and they thought it was funny, but I was really upset by that. I didn't find it funny at all. Express that. Okay, express to them, look, I'd prefer if you don't call me that in future, because that's actually really not funny. That was hurtful to me. And as my partner, I don't think it's right that you should, you know, actively hurt me like that, okay, for example. Okay, so anything like that, don't be afraid to metaphorically upset the apple cart when someone else is stepped out of line in that kind of context, okay? Again, I need to emphasize, it's not about telling people to tiptoe and dance around your own triggers. It's not that at all, okay? It's a different thing entirely. Right, so what's going on with your third eye chakra? This is the connection that you have with your higher self and your intuition. This is how to connect with your inner wisdom, the Three of Cups. Three of Cups in this context is a nice energy, okay, because it's about shared joy, friendship, collaborating with others, discussing your ideas with others. The only real danger I would say with this one is to be mindful that you're not putting other people's opinions in front of your own. So, for example, make sure that you're not trusting someone else's judgment over and above your own judgment, okay? So, I mean, let's just pull an example out of the sky here. Say you found yourself lost in a city that is vaguely familiar to you, and you could have sworn that the train station was the top of the road and to the left. Like, intuitively you remember that train station is top of the road to the left, But by the by, you stop a stranger on the street who looks like they're a local, and you ask them for directions to the train station, and they give you completely different directions, and you're like, oh, that's weird, because that's completely different from how I remember it to be. So you take their advice over and above your own advice. You go to the top of the street and to the right, like they told you, and you get there and you're like, shit, train station isn't there. So you about turn and you go to the original place that you thought it was, and guess what? Train station's actually there. It's like, do you see what I mean? It's like, don't or avoid taking someone else's judgment over and above your own intuition. Okay, that's the only danger I would say with the Three of Cups being in your third eye chakra. Okay. Definitely trust in your own. Yes, take on other people's opinions and point of views, and fair is fair and equal and all that good stuff. Taking different opinions on board, absolutely. But when you know deep down that something is true, and you're picking and choosing to believe someone else's judgment over your own, that's where you're going to run into problems. Right, your guidance. This is your crown chakra. This is a message from your higher self, from your universe. This is your connection to source. Very, very strong connection to source, with this being the King of Coins. This is Spirit basically telling you that you are very grounded, you are very realistic, you're focused on your prosperity right now, which is absolutely great. It's fantastic, encouraged even, but don't forget about your spiritual work and your spirituality by the same token, okay? It doesn't have to be either or. It can literally be root chakra, crown chakra. It can be both at the same time, okay? You don't have to pick one or the other. You can be both. You can be very grounded, practical, abundant, successful, and highly spiritual and creative and kind and nurturing and giving at the same time, okay? It doesn't have to be either or. This is the energy of a provider, okay? It's someone who is safe, who is kind, who's protective, definitely very mature. Okay, so again, your physical age doesn't mean anything, right? This is maturity. So you have matured so much. You're now coming into a place of, I want to say, vast wealth and power for some. Okay, so again, make sure that doesn't go to your head. Make sure it doesn't change you as a person. Make sure that you remain humble and kind. I don't think that's going to be a problem, though, for the vast majority of you, to be completely honest. Like, I don't see that vast power and wealth getting to your head at all. Because, to be honest, this energy right here is of an individual who is very grounded and humble and realistic as well. So your message is to continue doing whatever it is that you're currently doing right now. Keep doing it, because clearly it is working. Okay. Right, so can we have a healing message, please, for our collective? It's long-term energy as well with the King of Coins. So they're saying, basically, with that King of Coins being in your crown chakra, Spirit's saying, yeah, you've earned this, you deserve this, okay? You deserve this lifestyle that you've worked so hard for. No one's going to swoop in and take it off of you, okay? Right, number 49. Let's have a look. The Talisman. A lesson truly learnt is crystallized as earned wisdom. Yeah. You have all that you need for the success that you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you're at on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really cannot commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learnt your lessons and have earned the right to your success. Literally, King of Coins energy. Okay, it doesn't matter if you identify as feminine or masculine. There is no gender in tarot. Okay, it's just about the polarization of the feminine or the masculine principle. And at the moment, it's like you're stepping into your more masculine principle. Okay. I will give you the reverse meaning for this one as well, because I do believe in giving you all of the information that I can and both sides of the fence also. Okay. So, if it was reversed, then it would be warning that you must be aware of the repetitive patterns in your life. Well, we all should be aware of any repetitive patterns in our life anyway, okay? That kind of goes without saying. Sometimes the things that feel most familiar carry with them reminders of what you don't want to experience ever again. And yet here you are, faced with an important choice. You can move forward cautiously, or you can look for another path that will take you in a new direction. Consider this. If you've fallen down a hole a few times, wouldn't you start to walk around it? If you know where the hole lies, then treasure that wisdom. Yeah. So you know where the potential pitfalls are, and that's why you're trying your damnedest to avoid them. Although the universe is unlimited, every individual path has some limitations. Accepting that not all avenues are available to you at this time is a powerful realization. That said, that you don't have to retrace your steps either. No matter what, you're on this path to gain greater wisdom, regardless of the choice you make. This is the time to ask others who have been here before for advice and assistance. Their wisdom will awaken your own. Yeah, so when in doubt, ask someone who has already made it to the levels of success that you wish to obtain for yourself, and ask them, how did you do it? How did you keep it? What were the common pitfalls? Do you know what I mean? Okay, what else for our collective, please? Yes, I do need to give a warning with these decks. If you're a regular, you'll already know this. If you're not a regular to this channel, I always end the reads with a bit of a naughty deck at the end, okay? So if you're allergic to swearing or sarcasm, then you don't have to listen, okay? Right, sour lemons. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That means that potentially somebody, collective, somebody could be getting a little bit envious of the progress that you've made in your own life and of the success that you've obtained. Okay, it's left a bit of a sour taste in someone else's mouth. All right, and if that is the truth, then do you know what? It's not your problem, okay? It's not your problem. Make sure to let others have time in the spotlight and allow them to shine. Sometimes we're triggered by another's success, but this is just an awakening in us of our own dreams and goals. So allow others to inspire you, support one another. Their success is your success, and be aware of anyone stealing your shining moments, and send Raven to highlight the healing needed and life plan ahead. Yeah, so it's like, look, if you're feeling any sort of pangs of envy and jealousy towards another person, towards the lifestyle that they lead, it's like, okay, what to do with that emotion? Because remember, your emotions is information. Okay, so what to do with pangs of envy and jealousy? Like, say someone's got a really beautiful home. Okay, I know it's really sort of materialistic, but let's just take that as an example. And say your home is like a leaky bucket, okay? just because of the way that things are and circumstances. It's like, okay, what did that person have to do to get that nice home? I mean, apart from end up in how much debt, but that's by the by. It's like, okay, well, what elements of that beautiful home do you like? Is it the garden? Is it the colour of the cladding? Is it the type of roof? What elements of that home is it that you like? And what elements of that can you then incorporate in your own home? Do you know what I mean? So it's taking what you already have, looking at what it is over here that you like, that someone else has got, and you're like, wow, that's really nice. I'm feeling a bit of envy of that. Okay, so what is it over here that you like? And take elements of that, put it in your own, and make it your own. Put your own twist on it. Okay. That's how to use envy or jealousy in a healthy way. Okay, you make it your own. So also with this one, it's like, allow others time in the spotlight, and when it's your turn to take time in the spotlight, make sure that you do take it. Okay. I do feel though that someone is feeling jealousy and envy towards you, and they don't necessarily know how to use that in a healthy way. Okay, I've just seen another symbol there. Right. Yeah, I am seeing that. See when I turn it on the side. I don't know if you can see that rune. She's actually standing on a rune, and that rune is Yira. That's all about fruition, things being in balance. It's the path towards abundance. She's literally got her foot on the rune of abundance, and then her other foot is on the yin-yang symbol, which is all things being in balance. So it is your turn in the spotlight. And no, you shouldn't feel bad for that. Take your rightful seat in the spotlight. Again, whatever the spotlight is specifically for you. And to hell with anyone else's jealousy and envy. That's for them to deal with in a healthy way, okay? It's not your problem. That's harvest. You're coming into rewards. I mean, wow. Okay. That is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. If you feel that you could benefit from a personal reading, then I am taking bookings on my website, which is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.